So both Everard and I will be presenting today, Everard Samuel, and I am the CEO of Samuel Engineering. Everard is the president of Samuel Engineering. Next, please. So this is our company overview to you today, and for our agenda, we'll pretty much be telling you who we are, what we do, and where we do it. Next slide, please. At Samuel Engineering, we focus heavily on safety, and pretty much everybody in the company is responsible for safety everywhere. Next, please. So, Samuel Engineering is proud to present or let you know that we celebrate 25 years this year. And let me go back and give you a brief timeline. In 1990, I graduated with a Bachelor of Science degree from right here at Metropolitan State University. In 1991, our first child was born. I also started a part-time or temporary job at a large engineering company. And I also started my master's degree in engineering. In 1992, our second child was born. 1993, third child. And 1995, our fourth child. And I also finished my master's that same year. So in 1996, we had 4 young kids. I have a master's degree. It was hard to find childcare. So I decided to start the company at home. And I consider that company our 5th child, Samuel Engineering. Everard then later joined in 2000. Everard, prior to that, worked for a large engineering company as in some pretty key roles and high positions. So from then, we started to convert the company to a multi-discipline engineering company. Next slide, please. So some brief background. From 1996 to now, we've accomplished quite a lot. Like I already told you, we're woman-owned. We're also minority-owned. We're privately owned. Everard and I are the only owners. We're now multidisciplinary, so we have pretty much all the engineering disciplines on board. So more on that later. Today, we have over 200 professionals. Most of the people we work with have worked together for 25 or so years or more. We're proud to announce we're debt-free, and another one of our proudest moments is the fact that we've earned Engineering Company of the Year for five times, 4 in Colorado and once in Texas, and that was in the oil and gas industry. Next slide, please. So that was who we are. Now what we do, we pretty much provide engineering and design services. So as you see here, the wheel indicates all the different disciplines as well as services we provide. So electrical, civil, structural, architecture, and we also provide support services such as project management, construction management, procurement, project controls. So we basically could do everything in-house in terms of engineering design. Next slide, please. So where we do it, pretty much all over the world. The green dots on this map pretty much shows where our projects are located. And you see we're pretty much on every continent. The stars represent where we have offices. So main offices in the Denver Tech Center area. We also have an office in Wyoming and offices in 2 locations in Texas, in Tyler and Abilene. Next slide, please. So I'll turn this part over to Everard. He'll talk about our clients and some of our industries and projects we've worked on in the past.
Yes, so thank you. This is Everard Samuel. And what you see here is a list of our clients. So we work all the way most of our work has been done in the private sector. We worked for different types of companies. Most of our work overseas is in the mineral processing industry, gold and silver and so on. In the US, we work all the way from Department of Energy, on the government side, Department of Defense, but most of our work are in oil and gas, power generation, mining, chemicals. So we do the design for those projects and engineering. Okay, next, please. So as you see here, these are the key industries that we work in: oil and gas, renewable energy, a lot of solar, power and utilities, mining and minerals, and we do projects that involve architecture and building. Next, please. So at the top left, you will see a hydrogen plant we did in Texas. So that's what our facilities look like that we design. The next one down on the left is a gas plant in Colorado. And on the right is another big gas plant, two of them, processing gas, and then Suncor refinery right here in town in Colorado. Next, please. So you see here power generation, substations, and gas plant in West Virginia. Next, please. And as we mentioned, solar. We actually have done, and we were the engineer of record out at Denver International Airport for the solar farms you see out there. And we've done projects all over the world on solar. Next, please. And I mentioned mineral processing. So these 4 projects here, one in Guatemala, one in Utah, and so on, one in Alaska. These are what our mining projects look like. So as you see there, it's a lot of big equipment. Next, please. And we have an architectural group, and we do all the way from churches to laboratories, Air Force Academy, apartment buildings, yes, so restaurants. Next, please.
Okay, thanks, Everard. So basically, this is our management team. At the top, we have the executive leadership, which consists of Everard and myself. I'm the CEO, Everard is the president. And then we have different people reporting to us in different major areas of the firm. And finally, the next slide shows some of those key members. As you see here, our daughter Vanessa works for us now. She's an electrical engineer, as well as our son Howard, who does marketing and business development. Next slide, please. That's it. Thank you for your time, everybody. Any questions, please?
That was awesome, Claudia and Everard. Thank you so very much. So for our corporate members, do you have any questions at this time that you would like to ask either of Claudia or Everard before we go to our next speaker, who is Makita with Everything and the Baby? If you could unmute yourselves and ask a particular question, that would be great.
Hi. Oops. Am I okay to go ahead?
There you go.
This is Kim at Comcast. Could you talk a little bit about your design engineering support in the construction sector?
Yes. So we have all the engineering disciplines and then professional engineers, PEs. So we design and produce the construction drawings, and then during construction, We do construction administration to ensure that the designs and engineering is being done per the documents, and also construction management with our project controls, estimating, scheduling, and reporting on that to ensure the projects come in within budget with the right quality and the schedule.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yes, sure.
Do we have any other questions at this time? And please know, for those of you who joined us after we got started, that a copy of each presentation will be emailed to your attention. And so certainly you can follow up accordingly with our MBEs that are being spotlighted today. So again, great job. Yes, do we have another question?
Yeah, good morning, Claudia and Everard. Another question, can you talk just a bit more on the projects you've done in the utility or power generation space?
Oh, yes. So on the utility side, we've done both gas and the electric side. So on the electric side, what we've done is primarily substations and power generation.
I know you know her, Danny, because I remember her from being a kid.
Oh, okay. And power generation. So some of our clients include on the utility side, like Pacific Gas and Electric, Northern Natural Gas. On the gas side, we do a lot of regulator stations, interconnects, inline inspection type projects, modifications, and compressor stations. And then we're very strong on the control system side. So PLCs, DCS, programming, SCADA systems, we have a very strong group there. On the utility side, primarily gas and electric.
That's very helpful. Thank you.
Sure. Mm-hmm.